something didn't work for me, and it turned out it was actually working for me. I was in a co-working space this morning, and the lead person shared a quote from Maron Gordon, and that just stopped me. And I just have been thinking about it ever since. Hi, I am Nene, and I help people become the person their goals require them to be. And everything I share here is something that I have lived here. And if you've ever felt like something in your life or your business or whatever it is that you're doing has just failed, I want you to hear this before you finish and call it that. So the quote by Maron Gordon says, "It is not working for you, it is working on you." Let me say that again. It is not working for you, it is working on you. So that business attempt that you had that didn't take off, the 0 views you have had, the application that went nowhere, the content nobody responded to in the moment, all those things that you feel like that you're doing, that I have done, that I feel like, oh yeah, it felt like failure, all the different aspects of all those things. Because when you like, I did this thing, it didn't work. I applied for that job, I didn't get it. This whatever thing that I'm putting out there, I'm doing, and like whatever that is, we're feeling like, okay, all those things are not working. So that means I have failed. But what we fail to understand is nothing was actually wasted. The systems was like, it's not wasted. The course, like sometimes, like I remember I did a course, I was thinking, okay, by the end of this program, all these things will be working out for me, right? And then the course ended, and I felt like, oh man, I thought I'll be somewhere different with the help of this thing or doing this stuff, that I'll be like somewhere different. But when you really look at it, the application and the things that I have learned, or that's when you look at the person that started that thing beforehand and the person I am now, even though where I think that I'm supposed to be isn't where I am, it's miles apart, like seriously different. We so overestimate what we can do in a short time, say for instance, like in a year, and underestimate what can happen in 5 years. When you look at like how, since I've been doing my business now, which feels like almost 4 years on this, and feeling like, oh my goodness, by now I should have do, and I'm not. But when I look at the person who started this thing, the non-confidence I had in myself, I knew I had the desire and the passion that I wanted to bring this thing out. But I was always worried about what would people say? What about if my colleagues see what I'm doing? What if this person, and the person now doesn't give a tissue. Like if you see or not, if anything, it's okay. Like the person then would have been frightened by someone saying anything. And now it is just part of the visibility, just part of putting yourself out there, that you're going to get those kind of things coming up. That's a different thing. And when you look at it, it's like, we always like just have this different illusion. I should have like the conviction I have in self, the belief in the identity. Even when I started and I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't truly believe in it. I didn't, I just, there wasn't that congruent. There wasn't that then. So everything I was doing and doing and doing, I was like, oh man, this didn't work. Or I put this offer out. I did this thing, that one, this one. Nothing was lost. It is all part of what's shaping us. It's all part of the thing that makes us who we are. But we just see the very thing in front and think, oh no, it didn't work out. That was a fail. That was a thing. But we forget that the things that we did, the resilience, the consistency, the putting ourselves out there, the growing, that's working on you. The person I am today is not the same person that started this journey. I've been worked on. But when you look at it on the paper, you think, oh my goodness, oh no, everything I've tried didn't work out, or this thing didn't, whatever, and that, but look at who you are, being in the moment. Like the journey we have come. All those things we're building things for us. Now things we would accept, things we would not do, things we would try, things we would like not try again, or like who we associate with, like what we say yes to. In that beginning, I would say yes. I was such a people's pleaser. Okay, yeah. We're like, and now it's like my energy is so expensive for self that I can't just let it out and spend it just just whatever. I choose where that goes now and like what effort and energy. When, like, say for instance, right, when I started my career as a British Sign Language interpreter, you said, huh, I am there, you do this. I'm like, what? Thinking that I just could not pick and choose. I could not be that person that could say no. Oh, come down to this thing. Come and do this. Even though I was like, oh man, I'm not feeling this thing. Oh no, I don't. But okay, I'll do it. And now it's like, man, I get people like, Nene, can you like come do this work for us? It's here, it's this, da, 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 da. Like, thank you so much for offering, thank you for asking, thank you for wanting to, but it's just a no, I just can't. Before I would work all hours of the day, all kinds of bookings, different kinds of stuff, the ones that I'm just doing it doesn't bring me joy. And now, if peace, mind, nothing that would just stress me out. I haven't got energy and time for that. I don't have to prove myself to anything or anyone. And that's what the perceived failure that I thought I've been going through has led me to who that has worked on me to the point that now it's like, hey, yeah, I'll do that. No, not today. I recently had a booking where it was for a birthing situation, and so we had I have some really lovely colleagues who just make everything work out. Like, you just show up, right? And one of this person is so great with organization, and she just sorts everything out, and just to support and aid this lady that just makes this transition easy for them then. Because with delivery, you don't know when this thing's going to happen, right? So kudos to my colleague who like champions that and my other stuff. So this one hospital, they have like everyone like, look, who is the cheapest person possible to want to do this job? And I am done. If it's not reasonable, like, why would I reduce my rate? And if anything, it's like, I know the value I'm bringing to the plate, and I understand the situation of, okay, this is the budget, this is where the people are, and all this. And I get that, and I understand that. So I always know and go and stay in my lane. So you see, when I talk about peace, I don't like, no stress. Day 9 came. This mama wants us. I've done a couple of her appointments. She's like, yeah, I would like this person to interpret me. I want this person and that person just in case, so, whoever's available at the time, because we never know. We can't schedule things like that, except if it's an elective section, which we know. And it was a case of like, okay, we're going to have to induce or whatever. This is a date. My colleague said, well, I can do that one. Okay, I can do this one. I told him I can do it. And it's a case, oh, actually, it doesn't meet the budget. Yes, I understand that. But Mama wants me to come and do this thing. Still doesn't meet the budget. So they went, my colleagues, and this is me. I would not like, if it doesn't meet the budget, I have peace of mind that there is still a pocket and collective of colleagues who will serve that lady to the highest level. So I have no worry about that. But I'm not going to then start going back and forth and arguing with you on price, or arguing with you like, yeah, but this is like, okay, fine, then let me do it because no. I'm rest assured she will get the best care possible, even if it's me or someone else. That I'm really assured about. And I understand that in regards to people have budgets and rates and stuff like that, and that's fine. But I'm not going to, because of being one of the preferred persons, and because you have this, or you're trying to undermine or whatever, and I'll now say, okay, fine, I'll do it at that rate then. I'm like, it's just not going to happen. And I just left it at that and just said, okay, that's fine. I understand. And there was no mention of like, oh yeah, but I was preferred to like peace of mind. Whereas the old me, oh my goodness, would have been like fighting for the cause, would have been going and going and going and like trying to get to that point of like agreement. And I just said my piece, said to the people, they made their stuff. And I just got an email saying, okay, the budget has been accepted. We'll have you in. And I responded, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'm still available. Let's do it. This is what I'm talking about. Like, because of how much work I have done on self, I know, like, I'm happy with whatever outcome. I know that they will get what's required. I know there are restrictions and there this and that is out there that have that limiting, but I have an abundance mindset in the sense that everything will work out for the greatest good of all concerned. But what I won't do is go back and forth and back, like fight for, like, no. I used to. I've done the work. So I don't need to. And if I don't finally get it, again, it's okay. Because I believe there is enough work and enough opportunity for us out there. I used to have that scarcity mentality. And now I don't. Even the people I serve now, there's certain people I say, okay, this is the transformation, this is how much it is, and this is what I can do. And it will be, oh, okay, can't afford it right now or whatever. And again, me before when I'll put stuff out there, be like, oh man, maybe I need to like tweak this, I need to reduce this, I need to do that. I'm now in the stage of like, I understand. It is okay. The stuff I put out there is fine. I know I'm giving value. But when we're now working together and I'm pouring in you, this is the value I'm bringing to play. So I don't have to then feel like, oh, okay, I know I can really help, and just like, okay, reduce. Have been worked on. It's been working on me. The muscle has been growing. So yes, if you're looking at the business, like how long and how far I've been doing, it might feel like, Nene, are you still at this thing? You've been betting like crazy. You're not there. But here's the thing. It's been working for me, on me. Who I am is different from who started this. Even this year, how far I've come. So I say all these things to say that, again, I'm going to say again, nothing is wasted. Everything you're doing, you're feeling like, oh, I've done this thing and it's not working. I'm like, whatever. There is an element of you that has tapped into what is needed in that moment. And that's why, like, sometimes when I go over, like, you do something, or you, like, a bunch of us would learn something, and my mind just picks that one thing, and you pick something else, and you pick something else, because that's what you needed in that moment. It's been working on you. Even though you feel like, okay, this is all the things that I want to happen and everything, but everything you're done. Nothing was lost. So it's having and knowing that whatever it is that you're doing that you're calling failure isn't that. It is something you have learned that, okay, great, this doesn't work for me anymore. This is something that I need to do more of or go deeper into, or like whatever that is. It is not, nothing is lost, nothing is failed. It is a perspective and how we see it and what we think we view as like, I have failed. No. If anything, I have a stronger conviction of self, a stronger belief of knowing. I have a more like, there is nothing that phases me because I have tools to just regulate. Breathe, Nene. Just let it go. It doesn't, it's cool. Whereas the old me would have like gone after the appointment, man. Like, I've had situations where something happened at work, months on, years on, is still ruminating in my head. It's still ruling me. And now I just understand that, okay, it was just that moment. It was just that situation. It doesn't define who I am as a person. It was just me in that time. And having the tools and understanding to get to that point meant everything I've been doing has been working on me. And it gets to work on you too when you understand that it is okay. That if you feel like everything you've been doing to this point, or everything like you've just been failing at this or failing at, no, there is something inside that thing that has worked on you that you didn't even realize. And that's what I want us to understand today, that nothing 100% was on failure. Whatever that is, even relationship, like whatever, there was something that worked on you. And when you see from that perspective and just keep on keeping on, keep going, because that's where it is. To don't give up. Don't feel like, okay, that's it now. Oh God, no, that's it. Like I reside to this fate. No. Keep on keeping on. I had a client who has been at this for 10 years trying to be fully qualified. 10 bloody years. Not literally, maybe. Feeling failure all through the motion. Failed, I failed, I failed, I can't do this, da 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 da. And it was just one switch. Changing how she saw herself. It had nothing to do with her being. She had accumulated and learned different things and gotten better. But when she changed how she saw herself, who she was being when she was in that place, in that role, how she was showing up for self, that's when the magic happened. That's when all those things that has been working on her was able to come to light. So nothing we do has been failure except we let it be, except we dwell in the feeling of like, oh my gosh. And that's why this quote is so important for us to understand, that all those attempts, all those things, you might feel like it didn't work because it wasn't working for you. It was working on you. It was working on you for this moment. And now that you have the awareness, now that you know how things roll, you get to now do the work. You can either do nothing about it and just carry on your life as it is right now and feel like, okay, nice, good. Or you start changing things up. Start figuring out, okay, now that I know, okay, I will keep on keeping on. I'll keep working on the thing that I'm doing to make that happen, to do the thing. And yeah, you can do that. Or and in so doing it, you might fall back into that old one. Like you need that support to like, okay, now let me get the support in making sure this follows through for me, that I have this realization that I'm still working on me. Let's make sure this work on me carries on to the fruition of the things that I want. Knowing that nothing I have done before has been lost. Nothing has been fled. If anything, it's anchored me to there. And if you're wanting that support and wanting to someone that would like help you in the clarity, in the knowing, so you can then be that person that your desires, your goals, the things you want to achieve require, shoot me a DM. Let's start a conversation. Let's see how I can support you, in getting and having those for self. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe so that you'll be notified every time I post. And even though we do this every single day. And also, if you felt like failure, right, at any time, but you can see now how actually that has shaped you, I would like to know in the comment section. I'd like to know what that looks like for you. Like, what does that show for you? Yeah, let's have that conversation in the comment section. And remember that your voice matters, and it is your time to use it. Bye for now.